One thing we can learn about the movie It Ends With Us is that childhood trauma can influence our romantic choices later in life, and it can subject us to the same treatment and events that traumatized us as a child. The story of Lily Bloom showed us how much power our subconscious mind can have over us, how much it can insidiously drive our decisions and leave us confused in the end. That is exactly why it is dangerous to be having a whole lot of crap left in our subconscious, because you could be thinking that you're actively avoiding something when your subconscious mind is really setting you up to encounter that very same thing again. Childhood trauma is also known as ACE, which stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences, and that is exactly what Lily Bloom experienced as a child. Her father was a violent man who used to terrorize and beat her mother. One important fact here is that Lily's mother never left. She stayed in her abusive marriage, and that definitely sent the wrong message to Lily as a kid. That it's okay to tolerate abuse or to defend your abuser or forget to choose yourself and your offspring. The effects of ACE can be devastating. There are significant mental, physical, and social implications, ranging from severe anxiety to psychosomatic disorders and poor social relationships. ACE can throw you in a vicious cycle that is hard to break even in adulthood when you're fully mature and fully capable of navigating adulthood. It's like a dark cloud that is basically omnipresent in your life no matter what you go through, what you accomplish, or whatever happiness you experience for a short moment. It's here to remind you that you're not safe. I had to dive a little bit into ACE for us to have a better understanding of Lily Bloom's story and love life. So in the movie, she fell in love with this enticing neurosurgeon who initially came across as extremely charming, witty, and smart. She eventually got married to him and started experiencing abuse. While married, she encountered her high school ex-boyfriend Atlas, who she hadn't seen in a while. Atlas and Lily's love story was very touching because they met and fell in love during rough times in their lives, and both came from abusive homes. Atlas's mother was going through the same thing that Lily's mother was going through at the time, so both kids shared a connection your average teens don't necessarily share. I loved how Atlas became the same person he was in adulthood, the same person who despises violent men, as he came to Lily's defense when he realized that her husband was abusing her. I also loved that Lily ended up leaving her husband and asking for a divorce on the day she gave birth to their daughter at the hospital. That was such an epic scene in the movie. I was screaming of joy inside because, as hard as it might have been, Lily actually broke the cycle her mother couldn't break for so many years. What we should learn from Lily's story is that she chose Ryle because that was what she knew. The first man she formed an attachment with was her father, a violent man, an abusive man with a temper and low emotional intelligence. She basically ended up marrying her father in a way, and the attraction she felt for Ryle was rooted in her unhealed wounds and childhood trauma. So the kind of man Ryle is resonated with her somehow because subconsciously he reminded her of her father, and although problematic, that is what she knew and that is what she recognizes as love. But fortunately, Lily ended up breaking the cycle and choosing better for herself by going back to Atlas. So I hope this movie can teach the audience and the viewers a thing or two about DV and IPV, because as a psychology lover, it definitely made an impact.